What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm making stuff. Oh hello. That's not where you live. The yokes. I've already got a set of drawings which step by step takes me down, it just shows the dimensions that I need to machine it all down to. So I'm happy with that, that's all cool. So now I'm just looking at the tooling. This is the biggest end mill that I've got. It's 20 mil, which isn't bad. However, if you consider all this needs to be faced off and gotten dead square, 20 mil end mill, up and down like that, multiple times on all 6 faces, that's got to take like days. So I need a fly cutter. We're getting the job done and done a bit quicker. I did go on eBay and buy some. They looked an awful lot bigger in the picture. What is the point of that one? That's the same size as the end mill that I've got. Tiny little bit of tool steel as well. I think these are meant for a mini mill and I just didn't read it properly. So I'm making my own one and I'm making it out of this. Go big or go home. Basically I've had this knocking about for ages. It's 80 mil by 200 mild steel. And I picked it up dead cheap and it's like, oh, it's going to be dead handy at some point for something. Today is the day that I'll prove myself right. I've also got some these are like pre-ground lathe tools. 16 mil high speed steel. This one is a left hand turning tool, but it does have a chip breaker on it, which is probably going to have to go. But I don't know, we might just give it a bash and see what happens. But what I've got to do is make a fly cutter. So I've already CAD'd one up. Here's a picture of it, and that's what it is. So essentially that whole lot gets shoved in Brian. See, that just sounds wrong, doesn't it? And then if you imagine, it's a bit like that. This whole thing rotates and it just rotates this left hand cutting tool over your work, and I will be able to cover the whole thing in one go. Look at that, all sides. They're not great for taking off loads of material in one go, like a real deep cut, but you can face the whole thing off. So that's what I'm doing, that's what I'm making, because I am getting these yokes done. Next week I'm hoping. Today's Thursday. Sam, bless her, she's off out on town on Saturday night when I'm working, and then on Sunday she's staying up late because she's going to have to leave at about 2 in the morning to go on her holiday without me to Gran Canaria, which is really hot. So that week I've got 4 days off. I've got the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and I'm hoping to basically have that lot done. Right, let's get this chopped up. Right, I stuck it in the 4-jaw just because it's too big to go into the 3-jaw chuck. I'm getting better at dialing them in. This end cock on to within a thou, that end not so much, and I think it's because of the saw cut. It is hard up against the jaws, so I'm happy with that, but I've got to turn it down anyway. So you probably need to spin him round actually. All I'm going to do here is face off this end and try up the outside, then the whole thing's going to be spun round anyway. This end I need to take this down to 20 mil, 40 mil deep, so there's quite a lot to come off. Right, and that's done. That took a while to whittle down. There's a lot of material come off there. It is, this bit is going to go into a 20mm collet. So I set these to 20mm, took it right down so it was absolutely cock on, and then I'll just polish it up with a bit of emery, because that way it makes it a tiny bit undersized, which just makes it getting in the collet a bit easier. And the collet goes from 19mm to 20mm, so I mean there is bugger all to it. But if I zero that, stick it in mil, and take a measurement, 19.92, that'll do, that'll go in. Alright, turn them off. What's next? Alright, I need to work on the other side. So, we are going to switch this round. I'll probably put the 3-jaw back in for this. As soon as I take it out, I do lose concentricity. A tiny bit, but what we'll do is we'll stick it back in the 3-jaw. I'll put an indicator on it and get it as good as I possibly can do anyway. Then I've just got to sort this side out, and that is just a dress up job, and then it's over to Brian. Right, so turn the end down, that's all nice and neat. Broke all the edges and stuff, so that's cool. And all I've done is shoved it in a collet block, a square one. I've got, I've never used this one. I will do at some point, I'm sure. But that's a hexagonal one. Essentially, you just stick a collet in here. So the shaft that we turned down on Chuck is now in this collet. And it just means I can stick it in the vise and keep everything where it needs to be, basically. So that's all good. The only other thing I've done is set up a reference on the top of my vise for 0 degrees, which it is. And then I've clocked this in the vise to 10 degrees. Why are you 10.45? You was 10. Stop cocking about. Where's my thing? Alright, come on. 10 degrees. Alright then. I really don't know why I faced all that off. I'm about to chop it off anyway. Goon. Right, let's what speeds am I on? That'll do. Alright then. I know it's juvenile, but I do like the machine finish. I know it's juvenile. Right. So he's all down at an angle and looking good. So now I just need to put some slots in it. So when the tool is in the fly cutter, the cutting edge needs to be smack on the centre line. So I think what I'm probably going to do is indicate off the jaws, just so I can find, I should have done this beforehand, but I will indicate off the jaws down here, then I can find the centre line, stick a slotting cutter in there, like a two-fluted jobby, and when you stick a slot in it, that'll be alright. Right, where's me, oh hang on, where'd I put that? Oh yeah. Right, 10 mil. 10 mil, where are you gone? Right, there you go. This is all the stuff that takes ages. Swapping out the tooling and setting up for the next bit and so on and so forth. I suppose if you put the time in and get it absolutely cock on right, this is going to come out better, isn't it? Right, so with this stupid little fly cutter, where are you? I'll see if I can do the zoomy thing, but this is the cutting point of the tool, sort of the top right hand corner, and that has to run right down the centre line of the tool. So the one that's in the vise is oriented like that, sort of, so it's nice and flat basically, and I want to try and mimic what we've got here. So the tool is set down just a little bit, it's not dead flush. So where it's a 16mm by 16mm tool on that one, we're probably going to go down 17mm. So what I've done is I've indicated off the jaws to find the centre line. Then I moved over, I've got a 12mm cutter in here, it's a two-fluted end mill. So that's 12mm. So from the centre of this I've moved over 6mm. So you know, the edge of the cutter is right on the line that I want to hit. I've set a 0 on absolute and incremental, then I've moved it over an extra mil, as you can see here, just on incremental. That way I can kind of sneak up on it. So the idea is I'm going to put a slot in here, but I do have a bit of an issue in that the max depth of cut I can get on this is 16mm. I do have one that's slightly longer, which is 12mm, but that's a full fluted one. So we're going to have to do this in stages, but I would rather sneak up on it and get it right than just go charging in and cock it all up. So that's what I'm doing. Right, okay, let's put you over there out of the way. I'm sneaking up on it. I actually think I've got a little bit too far. Yeah, that goes in too easy. Tiny bit too much, tiny bit. But according to the DRO, I've still got 0.2 to go. So where did that 0.2 go? I suppose it could still be movement in the spindle. And I've got the bit choked up quite a long way into the collet, so I don't think there's any tool flex going on, but I have definitely overshot. But it's going to be good enough for what I'm doing. Right then, let's right, I need to hack out some of this lot now, don't I? Right. Right, I've chomped out my channel for where the set screws is going to live. Basically, the tool goes in this bit, and I'm going to put some set screws, probably 3 set screws in there. I might even do 4. I could do 4. It is quite a big one. I might do 4. Don't know. And I think I've done everything. I can't think of anything else that I need to be doing. Not whilst it's set up in the vise, but that is the most annoying thing, is when you pull something out of the vise, so you lose your setup and then instantly go, oh, I should have done that bit. There we go. Starting to look like a fly cutter, isn't it? Right, a little bit more deburring. That's the little collet block that it's all been sitting in. So it's just a collet in there that accepts the shaft. And it's just a square. It's quite cool because you could index it and turn it that way and, you know, wherever. And you know, because all this is precision ground, it's always going to be sort of perpendicular or whatever. So it's good. They are handy. I am an idiot. I hadn't finished with the collet block. See, I've got this, and I now need to set it that way so I can drill holes in here. And I thought, oh, I'll be alright, just clamp it in the vise like that. Trouble is, it's not straight. I chopped it at a 10-degree angle. What I should have done is left it in the collet block and just set it in the end of the vise, like that. Which is what I'm now doing, but the thing is, I've got to indicate the bloody thing. I knew there was something, I knew it. Right, let's get this sorted and put some holes in it. What a plum. You're bloody joking. Right, small problem. I've just marked out a centre line and put 4 5mm holes through it, which is the tapping size for an M6 by 1 set screw. And that's what I've got, and that's what I was going to shove in here. I'm sticking 4 in there just because, yeah, I was a little bit sloppy with the slot where the tool's going to sit. I've come to do the first one, I've snapped the bloody tap off in there. And he ain't going to want to come out. He ain't going to want to come out at all. To be fair, I wound it in like, I normally do like a full turn and then back half a turn. And then go turn and a half and back half a turn. Turn and a half, go back half a turn. So I've always done it. Loads of oil on it as well. And the stupid bloody thing has snapped. he ain't going to want to come out, I'll tell you that for nothing. Come on. There's hardly anything sticking out. Oh, cock! That's the last bit. The last bit. I can't get hold of it. You cow. You utter cow. Right, okay. That's just really annoying. I am really annoyed about that. Really annoyed about that. Oh, everything else about this is cock on. It's turned out really, really good. You know, by the time we get a tool and stuff in there we go, and an extra set screw to keep it in place. Actually, that should go the other way around, shouldn't it? There we go. It's basically going to be sticking out like that. That's easily enough to get this done. So I just need to crack on and get it sorted, basically. That is really annoying though. So yeah, what I'm going to do is take it into the tool room. The fellas in there have been doing all this sort of stuff for years. I'm pretty sure they would have snapped a tap off in their time, and they're really good. So I'm guessing that they got it out again as well. I don't know, it's the only thing I can try to do. So, next video, this is going to be finished. All I've got to do is grind this tool. I have got another one coming that's got carbide inserts, so we might actually be giving that a go. Just because one with a tip breaker is a stupid idea. That's never going to work. What I was going to do was flip it around and grind this end down. So I may just do that anyway, and then we can try them back to back and see what sorts of finishes I can get. But this is getting started on next video, definitely. This will be done. You will see it in action, and it will be facing that off. So if you want to see how good I did, stay tuned for the next thrilling episode. Oh, bloody hell. Right, that's where I'm going to leave it today. I've been part of today, I've also been going through the comments about the last video, all to do with Jixit. It is really heartwarming, actually. I have to say a massive thank you to everyone who's chipped in. You know, it's at the end of the day, it's not a hard decision to make. You know, Steve-O's my mate, we've got to look after him, and you know, we always do. So putting Jixit on hold was an easy decision to make, but he really didn't want to let anybody down, and I think that's half the worry that he had, basically. So but the comments have been absolutely brilliant. I know he's gone through all of them. It took me hours and hours and hours to go through and answer them all, and so far everyone's had an answer. There's bound to be some new ones, because it's like, you know, people seem to spend 3 days checking out videos. So there is going to be more comments, and I will get to him, and you will get an answer. But thank you ever so much for all your support. I know it means the world to him. You know, take some of the pressure off, and he can get his head on straight again, and then we can, you know, add back at it once Asbo's all done. That's fine. It is getting done. But I did want to say a proper thank you for all the support that you've shown, because we've got this really cool little community thing going on. I'm loving it. And it's at times like these where it shines through, basically. So thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry I cocked it up. But I'm going to get that sorted later on today. Next video you see is starting on the yokes, because I will then have the tool that I need to get the job done. and you get to see how good it came out. Anyway, thank you very much, and we will see you on the next one. Laters!